So guys, here we see a video on how I was able to cut that kimono jacket with a side drawstring. I couldn't find the video of when I was cutting it with the initial fabrics and the video I posted yesterday. But here we're going to be illustrating with this particular fabrics as this is another order from a client. And then yeah, so let's dive in guys. I started off by taking my measurement from the center back to the desired length on the sleeve, and it is 21. So with that 21, you want to go ahead and measure two of it, from one center back to the sleeve. So that means 42 for the back and 42 for the front. You'll be measuring two of that, which will be 84. Then you had the sewing allowance to bend the sleeve, and you go ahead and fold it into four equal parts, as you can see it on the table here, into four equal parts. And this is it. You want to take note of your fabrics if it has any pattern that you need to follow. And then we'll go ahead after this to measure the length of the jacket, your desired length you want to measure. For me, I did measured 40 here and added 2 inches for the sewing allowance for the others, to join the sleeve and the down bit to bend the down part, the hem of the jacket inside. So I added 2 inches for the allowance. Then this is me stretching it out, like arranging my fabrics on the table. So like I said, go ahead and measure your desired length that way. And then once you're done, for this particular kimono, we're going to be, the illustration here, we're going to be making use of the width, the entire width of the fabric. The only difference between this and the one on the mannequin is that the client wanted it not too free, a little bit fitted. And then what I did on the one on the mannequin was to measure. Okay, let's go ahead with this particular one now. So like I was explaining, from your center back to your sleeve, that's the entire width. So you want to measure, you see me doing there is to take half of my shoulder to shoulder measurement, and then at the edge there, you want to come down by 2 inches to give it a very nice fitting at the shoulder for a shoulder slant. You don't just want it to just be without any fitting on that part. So then go ahead and draw your neckline, the width of the neck for both front and back. I made use of 3 inches. Then for the back one, I came down by 1 inch, then connect it together. Then to the front one now, you want to measure how low you want it. For me, I went down by 9 inches on that part, then connect it to the neckline as in the width that I have there. Then what I did again was to go in by 1 inch, because I don't want by the time you shape it, I don't want it to have a funny shape on that part. So from the center front, I go in by 1 inch. Remember, I still have the same, the fabric folded into four for both front and back, but I'm going to be separating it at this particular point now. Yeah. So after doing this, that's what I'm trying to explain there. I had to shape it that way, but went in by 1 inch for it not to have a funny shape at the center front. So after this, we're going to go ahead and cut out our fabric. But before that, we want to measure how wide we want the sleeve to be. For the sleeve opening, I came down by I think 9 or 10 inches. So you want to determine how wide you want it. And then on that part too, after coming down, you can see that to have a fitting, I went in by 1 inch. Can you see what we're doing? We still have both front and back together at this point. Going by 3 inches on that part. And then, although for the one on the mannequin, what I did was to measure on the waistline, I measured the 1/4 of the waist measurement, added 3 inches, same thing with the hips. But for this one, we're going to be making use of the entire width. The only difference is we just go in by 3 inches at the sleeve side, just to give it a little bit cuff on that part. So that is it, guys. I was trying to explain the way, like I said earlier, because the other one on the mannequin is a little bit fitted, although not fitted, but at least we made it to have a shape, a very nice shape there. So that is what you see me explaining in the video. So the next thing is, like I said on that part, going by 1 inch, then come in again. I came in by 3 inches. You can decide to use whatever inches you want, then connect it all the way down. like I said, we are making use of the entire width. Yeah, so that is it, guys. We'll go ahead now and cut it out. Let's go ahead and cut it out, guys. So after cutting the length, we go ahead to you can see the shape there. Go ahead and cut out your neckline for both front and back, which was 1 inch. Then the shoulder slants where we came down from from that part, as you can see me doing the video. Then we separate the pattern, take out the back one from the front. After doing that, you have to do that, if not you end up cutting the same thing for the front and back. So I've removed the back one now. For the back neckline we did 3 inches by 1. Now for the front, we've separated them, and then we're going to cut out the shape for the center front. That way you see me mark it, so you can decide to use whatever inches you want to use there. But for me, I went in that way. Yes, and then I'll cut it out. And that is all that you need to do. That's just the way to go about, the way I went about cutting mine. And that is it. So now you want to go ahead either to cut a lining. If you want it to be lined, you cut a lining for it. If you want to use bias tape to turn the center front, fine. But for me, I went ahead to cut a facing to turn the center front and the back as well. And that is it, guys. It's as simple as that. That's our back pattern, as you can see. And then yep, so that's what I'll be using to turn the center front. I went ahead to place it on it, get the shape out, and measure 2 inches all the way down for the facing. But for the back facing, this is what I did for the back facing. For the fabric, make sure it's on fold that way. Yeah, then go ahead and place your back pattern on it. Cut out the neckline and and also the shoulder slants there, because it has to be of the same shape. And yeah, you can see that. Cut it that way. Then you go ahead and determine how wide you want the facing. So that is what you see me do. And next thing you want to do to turn it, you already know how to do it. To turn it, place your facing on it. If you want to iron stay on it, fine. And then you can also overlock that part before bending it in. Then you turn your neckline, and that is it. So in our next video, we'll be talking about how I went about inserting the string. Thank you.